And before we do anything, I think it's important to note here that we do have High Noon on the battlefield and a starting town, so we can use its ability. So we just need to deal 3 damage. Alright, they can block 1 creature. Good game, mono red. I mean, is it prowess? Do you see how easy we can defeat these boogeymen when we actually get matched up against them and we actually get something resembling a proper sequencing? Hello everyone, welcome. I am Average Zen, your host of Average Zen Presents, streaming live on Twitch from that same pseudonym. Or perhaps you are watching on YouTube at Average Zen. This is perfectly acceptable. This is fine. Everyone is welcome. Give us a like, subscribe, comment, follow if you feel welcomed. I sincerely hope you do. Let us talk about Ranked Wednesday. We're jumping into Best of 1 Standard today with the Boogeyman. Yes, the top 8 Magic Con was Mono Red 4 decks. Is it Prowess 4 decks? And we solved this issue last week. We did. We dominated last week on Ranked Wednesday. The first hour with the deck I'm going to show you, but we got none of it on camera because I am a dummy. Yes, but that's okay because the deck still exists. We've made it better, I think, and we're going to take it into Standard today. What deck is that, you ask? Zen? It is our Garnet, Princess of Alexandria deck. It is a Selesnya Enchantments deck, and I think this could be a metagame contender, an anti-metagame contender, if you will. Let's talk about it. In the 1-drop slot, Authority of the Consoles. You know it, you love it. Mono Red hates it. Is it Prowess hates it? Yes, Optimistic Scavenger, a couple of, because 1-drops are good in this deck, and we have plenty of enchantments to fuel those +1/+1 counters, because we're going to drop right into Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, we hope, on turn 2. And with the Authority consoles in play, that should mean that if we are on the play, then Princess here can get in for some damage, on turn 3 maybe. We drop Summon Fenrir and search ourselves up a land, swing in with Garnet, take the counter off. In case you're not familiar, let's read Garnet. I'm jumping ahead of myself. She's a 2/2 lifelink. Whenever Garnet attacks, you may remove a lore counter from each of any number of sagas you control. That is key. Put a +1/+1 counter on Garnet for each lore counter removed this way. So the more lore counters we remove, the more counters she gets, the more life we gain, the more damage we threaten. So we can immediately attack in with her on turn 3 after dropping Fenrir to ramp ourselves, and we can essentially lock Fenrir there every single turn. We're able to attack with Garnet in, hopefully, and with Authority of the Consoles playing, a little, what's the football term for when a blocker? I don't know. The sports ball. Yes, we have an opening. We can make an opening. And if we cannot make an opening, then we split up and we get rid of all the creatures that come into play, tapped with Authority of the Consoles. Yes, because we're running 4 of Essence Channel when we're gaining that life, either off of Authority of the Consoles or Princess here. We'll be getting bigger. Should it die, we'll put the counters on Princess. And we also have a Witch's Vanity here to control some early game stuff going on. I also like the +1/+1 from Wicked. And Strategic Betrayal to fight off the graveyard decks. High Noon, more hate for our spell-slinging friends. Couple of Get Lost. I like the Huntsman's Redemption. If we cannot find Garnet in our opening hand, this will make a beast for us. We could either sacrifice Optimistic Scavenger or, even an essence channeler if we have to go find Garnet with a second chapter. Third chapter gives everybody trample. That's fun, and +2/+2, or up to 2 creatures get +2/+2 in trample, which works great with Garnet. Day of Judgment, clear the board. Primal Garuda, it's a little 4 damage to a tapped creature an opponent controls. It's situational, it might apply. The second and third chapters is what we really want to get after. So this is one of those ones where we can threaten to stop a 4 toughness or less attacker every single turn if we keep on taking lore counters off of it that way, or we can let it slip on to the second or third, appropriately named Slipstream. And then we can give Garnet flying and +1/+1, get it in for some more damage in life gain. We're trying out the Revival of the Ancestors as a one of fun of to create some bodies that we may or may not sacrifice to Huntsman's Redemption or something like that, or just put +1/+1 counters on everything and give them trample and lifelink. Here's where the fun starts, because we also have a Harnessed Snubhorn, which 2/5, sure, vigilance. It's got a big booty and it can block, but when it deals combat damage to a player, return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Running sagas, they tend to end up into the graveyard eventually, so this can get them back. And we've noted that with Authority of the Consoles, Split Up, and Garuda, and all of our ways to give trample, it should not be too difficult to get Harnessed Snubhorn in there and get some value. How do we keep it around? Valkyrie's Call, my friends. Valkyrie's Call, you know it, you love it. It's a little expensive, but when we have sagas on the battlefield, they come back with a +1/+1 counter and flying. If Garnet dies, +1/+1 counter, flying. Harnessed Snubhorn, +1/+1 counter, flying. You see where this is going? If they stay in the graveyard, we can put Smile of Death out. And beginning of upkeep, return up to 2 target creatures with power 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield, plus +1/+1 counter on those creatures. Harnessed Snubhorn, power 2. Garnet, power 2. Essence Channeler, power 2. Optimistic Scavenger, power 1. The only thing we cannot get with this is Fenrir or Primal Garuda, but Harnessed Snubhorn can get them both back. Yes, Primal Odin, need we say more? If we get in, which we probably will because Chapter 1 destroys something, and then we win the game. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, running 4 starting town to ping ourselves for the damage so that we can get Essence Channeler out with Vigilance and Flying. Perhaps Brushland or Caves of Koilos can also do the trick. Let's jump into the games and see if we can break this meta wide open. I have faith that if we run in to any meta decks, which that's completely up to Matchmaker and how they've analyzed our deck as well, unfortunately, but we shall see. I have faith. Yes, exactly, Starscream. How many games before we see Is It or Mono Red? Exactly right. That is my worry. But this hand looks all right. We have some tools to work with here. Authority of the Consoles, come on down. And opponents are going to hate that unless we're up against control. And it looks like a mirror match, or is this Overlords? Oh, no, this is Yuna. Alright, well, Essence Channeler, come on down. And we have a couple of split-ups to back up our Authority of the Consoles with some violence, should we hit a third land. And we do not hit a third land. That is unfortunate. But no stick. Looks like we got clearance to attack on in. We really want a green source, like our opponents seem to be doing very well at drawing. There's the Overlord number 1. Oh, the Ultima. Really, not great for us, but it notably doesn't touch enchantments. And I like the destroy all artifacts and creatures aspect as well. Ending the turn, well, if we have High Noon in play, then it doesn't really matter, does it? And in fact, it interrupts the some of the end of turn effects that might occur All right, we're getting in. We did find that land. Let's just go ahead and, you know what? No. We're going to go ahead and do the thing. Okay. I mean, we got to put pressure on here. We can always blow up the board if we have to. We have plenty of ways to do that in hand. Temporary lockdown. Okay, well, that is an answer. And if they follow that up with leyline binding, we're toast. But, nope, just overlords. Oh, they found a Una. They found 2 Unas. I imagine they'll be grabbing one of those. All right, and another overlord. We are well prepared to deal with this Una problem, however, as long as they don't have indestructible in the graveyard, Mr. Knights of the Round. No blocks. And we have Graveyard Hate as well, if we can find it. Strategic Betrayal, 2 of. Alright, well, Summon Fenrir. Auto pay, I suppose. Ow. Let's thin our deck a bit and grab ourselves that green source we so desperately need. Alright. And they gotta close the game out now. Of course, they can bring Una out and give something lifelink. Yeah, the Overlord will get lifelink. That's an issue. Oh, she's like Zer, but protects herself. Fun. And alright, what do we gotta do here? What do we have to do? They got rid of our authority of the console, so we might have to Ultima. I think that is gonna be the answer. We're gonna give Fenrir flying, attack in, and Ultima. Of course, they have another Una in hand, don't they? I don't know why we don't see it. I thought they grabbed it. No, they left it in. Okay. All right. Would you care to block? I thought you might. All right, now's not the time, stomach. Calm down. Sweet. All right, we got to figure out how to deal 11 damage. No Garnet, no Huntsman's Redemption. We're just powering through. All right, split up. We'll see how many guys they can bring back. Oh, but they come in tapped, don't they? That's going to be an issue. Oh, no, not tapped. Just with a finality counter. No, Virtue. No, that's not good. I didn't see that in there. Alright, well, we're boned. We are boned. Okay. Destroy all untapped creatures. We just had to thin our deck a bit. That's okay. We can stall for a few turns. Yeah, Starscream Virtue is scary right now. We have a lot of good stuff in there. And we also have a couple of things they could grab. I don't think they're going to go for our stuff, though. Alright. Una, you are being a pain in our rear. I don't appreciate it. The good news is the finality counter is going to be a thing. Alright, Harness Snubhorn. We'll see if we can get our stuff back. I doubt it, because the Overlords of the Baelmerk are coming out now. And they're bringing Una back. And we have ways to deal with this. We just have not drawn them. We have plenty of enchantment removal ourselves. And another Overlord. Come on down. Alright, we need another board wipe. And we need a strategic betrayal and a board wipe is what we need. And even then, we'd have to empty our own graveyard. Day of Judgment. Okay, here we go. We'll just do this until they run out of stuff, I guess. Can we mill them out if we keep on drawing board wipes? half their deck down. We can only play one unit at a time. If we can figure out a way, I mean, we still have 2 split ups left, right? All right, starting town will not do it. We just got completely boned there. That's all right. We'll give it another shot. Well, yep, you called it, Starscream. The number 1 and number 2 decks in the meta. We're not going to find them first game. We'll see if we find it second game. This deck even works great against Azorius Omniscience. Because we do have the Graveyard Hate. Everything, and we have plenty of instant speed interaction. Okay. I think we can do this. Yeah, we got the Heritage Reclamation. Would have loved to have seen that last turn. Starscream says, I suppose the thing about best of 1 ranked is you're still likely to go up against other similar decks to what you're playing. That is something I've noticed. I was playing my Orzhov Ugin deck a little bit before the stream began, and when you know it, played up against many Orzhov decks. The Bat. Alright, I do like to see the Day of Judgment, which is Vanity is also good. We'll do that. Candy Trail. This makes me think that this is an Ugin deck. Enduring Innocence. Maybe not. Alright, we have successfully created a food. Let's use Summon Fenrir to get ourselves an actual forest. Or no, we need to go plains. No, we have 2 white sources, theoretically. Yeah, I tell you, Starscream, best of 3 would probably suit me better. I just hate sideboarding. I really do. I have always hated it. Paper, on Arena, everywhere. I feel like, you might as well be making a deck to hate out a particular thing, if that's how you're going to play. That's just not my style. I want to build a deck that functions all by its lonesome. Alright, let's go summon Primal Garuda, since we are not having much luck at finding Garnet, or Huntsman's Redemption, which we can use to get a Garnet. Alright. We'll see what they have in store. We definitely block. And Day of Judgment comes down for us all. That's okay. We have a Smile at Death. I don't think that gets anything back right now, but it's something to do anyway. Before we Day of Judgment and High Noon. Oh, they have a Slasher. That's fun. Alright, we get nothing. You get nothing, sir. Okay, well, I gotta tell you, I hate this, but I think we have to Day of Judgment and then hold what we got. Maybe even, I would have loved to have had a starting town. That would enable us to pop High Noon, and then we could double destroy the Slasher. They're just gonna draw more cards off this. Nothing is lining up the way we want. I blame Shuffler. I blame Matchmaker. Last week when we played this, we were hot out the gate. It was absolute destruction from the moment we started playing. Now, not so much. The audio is still available on Twitch. I just didn't get the video, so you can hear me talking about it. I was blown away. I came in fully expecting to just be blown out of the water, but we're just, oh my goodness. Okay, well, Primal Odin will probably get us there. I mean, yeah, we just have not hit anything with power. We haven't hit any of our optimistic scavengers. We have not hit any of our essence channelers. We have not hit any of our garnets. We have not hit our snub horn, which is our way to get back our enchantments from the graveyard. We have not hit any of our 4 of split ups, which we would really like with the authority of the consoles. So many things we have not hit that we really should have by now. And they have another slasher. Good news, everyone. And so many mana. So many mana. And we still have nothing we can bring back. Okay, I guess we play Garnet as a blocker. And get rid of what? One of the Enduring Innocences that's letting them draw a million cards? I guess. The fun part here is we can block with Garnet. And then she'll come back from Smiles. So we finally found something that's actually going to synergize with Smile at Death. Let's see if we can draw a land here. No, Summon Fenrir is not exactly what we want to see. Let's put that in the pitch and try again. There's a Garnet. Oh, we should have put that in the graveyard. Oh, what have I done? Smiles at Death would have brought that back next turn, and then we could go to town. They have a handful of cards, don't they? All right. All right, we gained some life. We managed to stop the Unstoppable Slasher again for now, and they have another Unstoppable Slasher. Lucky us. Where's their Bloodletter of Aquazats? Another bad. Okay, we really should put that guard in the graveyard now, because we need to split up like yesterday. We have found 0. All right, Garnet, come on down and blow up the other Enduring Innocence. We gotta stop that. Okay, now we can Garnet. I think we High Noon. And Kupo is going crazy over here. Alright, can we dig ourselves out of this? That is a good question. Kupo, what say you? Are we dead in the water? Check the book. All we really need is a Valkyrie's Call, and I think we would be set up pretty good against this. They'd have to Sunfall. It's just a matter of time until we're able to start recurring our stuff. The Get Lost, well, that's not great, is it? Oh, they got rid of our Smiles at Death. Alright, well, we gotta block the Slasher. We can get the Smiles at Death back. but chances are very unlikely. Alright, sacrifice some food. Num num num. Alright, we found a get lost. Let's crack the map and see what happens. We can use it with some life. Okay, actually, starting town's not bad. Oh, Huntsman's Redemption is actually quite good as well. I like that. Alright, let's get lost the slasher number 1. Celestial armor? Are you kidding me? What are we up against here, Starscream? Meta deck? No, we are definitely not up against a meta deck. Alright then. Okay, well. Let's see what we got going on here. Time out. Man, there we are. Yeah, I've never seen this before in my life. Exile. Let's get rid of the slasher. We need to draw a card. Alright, come on. Can we draw into a split up, please? You gotta be kidding me. Alright then. We have 4. 4. Alright, let's gain some life. At least we have a saga now. Alright, we have Split Up, we have Day of Judgment, we have Omega. We block here. Take some damage. Do they have a way? Yep, there it is. Day of Judgment on their own slashers. This is getting crazy. And still no split up, huh? Alrighty then. Let's Authority of the Consoles number 2. Deal 5 damage to the slasher that is currently equipped. That will get rid of that. But now they can and probably will multi-spell. Oh, I should have waited to do that on their turn. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, will we find a split up this turn? Or a Day of Judgment? Or, no, it's Ultima. Ultima is what we want, not Omega. Nope, there's more land now, huh? Cool. Oh, I love this game. So many opponents, even in a one-on-one match. And another land. God. What can I say? Yes, absolutely the worst draws and the worst sequencing possible. I outlined our game plan at the beginning with the deck tech, and we have seen that play out exactly 0 times and have played against a meta deck exactly 0 times. Good grief, Charlie Brown. Alright, Snun. The Mighty. What jank are you playing that we must contend with? Alright, well, number 1, no green mana. That is not necessarily a deal breaker. I think we got to mulligan though. Yeah. Alright, this is somewhat more reasonable. Let's toss the 4 mana and start out with a starting town. And go, we optimistic scavenger. Let's turn this negative mindset around. Let's get optimistic. Hey. Is it another Unideck? Alright, well, here goes nothing. We need a 3rd land. We need a green, well, any 3rd land coming in untapped to get our combo rolling. Ellis Ilkor. Alright then. We'll see what they do. You know what? I think Fenrir does the job here. Let's put a counter on Garnet. Let's grab a 2nd white source and attack in. And we'll take that counter off of Garnet. And they can block if they want to. That's fine. And we gain the life. And Amelia. Hello. Let's grab a forest. We'll do another summon Fenrir. And grab ourselves, and we'll put a +1/+1 counter on our scavenging friend here. We'll grab that plains and attack on in. Oh, they block. I like it. They must have a raise the pass. Yes. This is raise the pass. There's no way. There's no way they block. So now we need a strategic betrayal, and we did not get it. So I believe the answer is attack in, and they double block. So yeah, they definitely have it. And we're just not drawing anything close to what we need. There's Amalia number 2. I think we go ahead and exile Elias. Hey, an Essence Chandler is not terrible, and Strategic Betrayal is exactly what we need. Alright, let's start out with that. Strategic Betrayal. We hit it. We finally hit a card we needed, Starscream. Alright, the Huntsman and the Redemption. Essence Channeler. Oh, it's Bart and a Lunar Convocation. Alright, we will, in fact, sacrifice the Essence Channeler. And we will grab Primal Odin, yes. Auto pay. Yes, the Odin, Zantetsu, Gungnir, or whatever. We got him. We got him with the summon. Garnet set us up. Fenrir set us up. We got the lands, and we got there. Very nice. It didn't play out the way we were hoping, but it did work. When I initially was testing this deck, it was just a green-white deck, and I was running, for Graveyard Hate, I was running Scavenging Ooze, but it's too slow, and you gotta leave the mana up. So then I tried out Kutzel's Flanker, and I was like, this is 3 mana. So then I was like, I have to add black, and then we can go Abzan, and then we have Strategic Betrayal, and a couple of other, like the Witch's Vanity Saga. Oh man, this is a one-lander though. This is not gonna work. I guess we'll do this, and I'm loath to get rid of the split up, but I think it's the correct answer since we don't have the authority of the consoles. Oh, Cecil. Dark Knight. Oh, now we have the authority of the consoles. Okay, sure. Thank you, Shuffler. Appreciate it. Alright, we're almost certainly going to be Phantom Interference here, so let's lead out with authority. Oh, Flood Pit's Drowner. Okay. Well, let's put a counter there. And then Essence Channeler it up. And we have the brush land in place, so we have the ability to give it vigilance and flying, should it stick around, but this is Kaido, so we probably need to block the Drowner. I know your game. Oh, goodbye, optimistic scavenger. Well, this is good news. It means we can get the Huntsman's Redemption down at least, I think, unless they have a... well, not even spell... oh, come on. Non-creature, non-land? Oh, man. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. The follow-up duress just destroyed us. And now they have Shieldred. My God. What a great, great hand for our opponent. So happy for them. And here's Emmett. Alright, we need a board wipe. We need to split up right now. Still have 4 in the deck. Or a Day of Judgment would work. But we get a land. Well, the Summon Primal Garuda will actually have a target here. So that's good. And we still need a split up. Or any removal, really. Because they have another one in hand. So we need another removal spell. At the very least, we need to get rid of Shieldred. A Harness Snubhorn is not exactly what we're looking for, but if it sticks around, we get it flying next turn. But we're dead, aren't we? Yeah, I think we're dead. Yeah, we're dead. Because we can't... if we block with it, then it dies, and then we still take 2 damage. Ah, my goodness. Just, you know, how hard is it to draw 4 of split up? Normally, when we tuck a card, it comes right back to our hand. But in that case, they just wanted to rub our nose in it a little bit, didn't they? You know, like, nope, nope, you're going to draw that card you wished you'd had before you got rid of the split up. Good times. Gibbs. All right, and another one-lander, because why not? We're getting so messed up. And another one-lander. God, I love this game. All right, we got no black sources, so Witch's Vanity is out. Split up is out. And we're up against Landfall. Mirror match, essentially, green-white. Which is not competitive at all, but here we are. Alright, well, I mean, as soon as I play Garnet, she's going to die, but we have to do it. We have to risk it. We have nothing else except to ramp into Fenrir. Because our strategic portrayal is not especially good here, except for getting rid of the Chocobo. And there goes Princess. Wonderful. Alright then, well, let's ramp. And we need a green source? No, we need a second white source. No, we need a green source. Yeah, we need a second white source. We had a second white source. What am I doing, Zen? The Shuffler, Matchmaker, you are really flustering me here. Alright, do they have another creature? Virtue of Persistence. They have plenty of those, apparently. We're running into a lot of that today. Cool. And more lands now. All lands. My goodness. Oh, and now we get a split up. Fun. And our opponent is 2 mana off of a Virtue, and they have 2 of them in exile. Hey. Alright, Valkyrie's Call is way too late. You can't get worse sequencing than the games we have had for the past 40 minutes. You cannot get worse sequencing than the games we have had for the past 40 minutes. Worse draws, worse matchups, absolutely the worst. I tell you, if you listen to my stream from last week, you will hear us having the best time of our life with this deck. And we're done. Game over. This is insane. This is what I'm talking about. Because we're not hitting, we have played zero meta decks in almost an hour. Which is insane. It should not be happening. We have had 0 proper sequencing ability the entire 40 minutes we've been playing. I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record, but this is not Magic the Gathering. If you play in paper, you will not get these odds. And I have petitioned and I've emailed Wizards to be like, you say, oh, you're just complaining. But no, I've been asking them. I said, you need, not that they're going to listen to me, but, I spend plenty of money. Money talks. Yeah. They ban people on Reddit in the official Wizards of the Coast or Magic Reddit subreddit if you talk about the Shoveler. Okay. I just want transparency. I want to know what exactly is going on with your algorithms. And they should be built in such a way that if even knowing how they're made, you should not be able to abuse them if it's actually random. Simple as that. Just tell us what's going on. I mean, true randomness is hard to code. I'll give you that. Oh, we finally found Corey Steelcutter. I guess it's a good time for High Noon. But, there's ways to do it more fairly, I think, than is currently being implemented. Whether that's by design, I don't know. When there's profit involved, you have to question these things. All right, well, let's talk about Essence Channeler. Yeah, and I mean, we know that there's the hand smoothing algorithm. This is a thing. We know that there is something going on with colorless lands with the hand smoothing in best of one. This is a known thing. We know in Brawl that there are algorithms to evaluate your decks. And as far as matchmaking is concerned, it's not a leap to say if they're doing it in one format, why wouldn't they implement this in other formats? And, exactly how biased does it make the games? And in what direction? There's people that have run the numbers. I've seen even recent YouTube videos, examining the math behind it, and a lot of it's anecdotal. It can certainly feel unfair at times. And I'm not saying it's completely skewed, okay? But I will say that there's some weird things going on. No blocks. Alright, Rogue's Passage. Let's go with Summon Primal Garuda. That will get rid of this guy. And you see now that we're playing a meta deck? I think we've got him. Maybe I'm wrong. Starscream says, I also think you should just play any deck in ranked. It shouldn't match you up against a similar deck. Just put me against... Exactly. I just want... If you go to your local game store and they assign pods and you know, for Friday Night Magic, they're not examining your deck list before they match you up against someone. That's not how it works. All right, let's go Valkyrie's Call, and that will bring back Garuda. Into the Flood Ball with the High Noon. Uh-oh. That's not going to solve your problems, though. You see what I'm talking about, Starscream? We finally hit one of the top 2 meta decks. And it's just absolute domination from here on out. There's nothing they can do. Very, very little they can do at this point. They're not running enough lands because they've got so many cheap spells. We're keeping them on the back foot with our white enchantment tech. Oh, you gonna deal some damage? Oh yeah, by all means. Well, let's put the counters on this guy, I guess. They didn't have any, but that's fine. No blocks. All right, let's give the fish flying in +1/+0. And that'll bring that back. It'll destroy their monk token. Starting down, let's go with Garnet. Blow up the Corey Steelcutter. High Noon. Auto pay. That'll give Essence Chandler, yeah. Looks good to me. I think you got some issues over here, MtG, Pickin. We're bringing the pain. Oh, they're gonna mill us. Interesting. Especially since we have the snub horn here. Oh, please, attack in. I would love to cast a split up. I mean, I think the answer here, though, is we block with Essence Chandler because they almost certainly have a monstrous rate. Oh, okay, Burst Lightning is also acceptable. Alright, well, let's put the counters on Primal Garuda. They can't cast another spell. Beautiful. Let's give Garnet some flying, I guess. And before we do anything, I think it's important to note here that we do have High Noon on the battlefield and a starting town, so we can use its ability. So we just need to deal 3 damage. Alright, they can block 1 creature. They block the Garuda, and they are dead. They just don't know it yet. Okay. Good game, Mono Red. I mean, is it prowess? Do you see? Do you see how easy we can defeat these boogeymen when we actually get matched up against them and we actually get something resembling a proper sequencing? And, you know, like lands, that helps too. Let's go. One more time for the Gipper. The Meta Buster. Garnet, where are you? We need you to make an appearance and show these people. Show them what you are capable of. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria, we summon thee. Kinoki, the Virtuous. Okay, we're going to have to try harder to summon her because the Huntsman's Redemption will get it, but let's go starting down. Heartfire Hero. Okay, we have none of our sideboard. Yeah, so that's not great. Sideboard, I said. We have none of our hate pieces. Split up wheel. Haste magic. Uh-oh. Okay. Fine. I guess. Well, we will definitely not be needing the Heritage Reclamation, I think. So let's draw. Okay, Day of Judgment, not what we're looking for. Get Lost, I guess, will work, but I think we need to ramp. I think we have time. Let's go with double white. Yep. That sounds good. Yep. All right, can we beat the #1 deck in the format? Monstrous Rage. All right. Oh, they got another Monstrous Rage in hand, don't they? It's almost guaranteed. No? Okay, down to 9. Can we get another creature out? What you thinking? Callous Sellsword? Okay, that'll do it. Yeah, that'll happen. We got 0 of our high noons. We had 0 authority of the consoles. And there was just nothing we could do about that. Come on now. We had 0 of our life gain. That also was a thing. Just a bunch of Fenrir's. That's not what we want. We want a Garnet. We want an authority of the consoles. 1, 2, 3. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. Come on. That's some Garnets. That is authority of the consoles. There's no green mana in our hand. I guess beggars can't be choosers. We did not specify that. I mean, I guess we could have optimistic scavengered there first. Deep Cavern Bat. Wonderful. And so we're back in non-meta land. Sweet. Exactly right. Savage. Alright, well, let's see what other hand hate they have. Felidar Cub. Okay. Snarling Gorehound. What are we up against? Man, this is what I'm talking about. And okay, now we get 3 Garnets. This is getting a little ridiculous. This is getting just a little ridiculous. Savage. Alright, attack on in. We gotta deal damage somehow. Another Deep Cavern Bat. Good luck. You're gonna need a few more. Amelia into the grave. That definitely means they have a Raise the Past in hand. Alright then. Well, let's attack. Alright, but they have not found a fourth land yet. That still gives us time for strategic betrayal. Okay, flashed out a Cather Commando main phase. Interesting. Okay, here's the deal. Let's go tap this for a white. Play High Noon and attack. This is the best we have. There you go. Alright, we want to see a full swing here. Tap everybody out. Sheltered by ghosts. Is that what we're doing? No, Sephiroth. Okay, yeah. Sure. Alright, they definitely have Raised the Past in hand. Mana value 2 or less. Okay, well, let's talk about this. Let's get rid of the Deep Cavern Bat. We will do the Optimistic Scavenger. And then we definitely attack in. Remove the counter. Gain some life. Can we get there? Do they have the Raise the Past in hand? Split up. Okay. We'll do that. This just went a little bit sideways for our opponent, I think. Unless that last card is, in fact, Raise the Past. There it is. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah, we just could not find it. I have 2 board wipes and they have 2 Deep Cavern Bats. Alright. Let's see what we can do about this. We need to draw another board wipe. Oh, they have another Raise the Past in hand. That's why they're filling the graveyard. Or no, they're digging for another one, aren't they? Yeah, we need a board wipe and a strategic betrayal now. There you go. Sure. Can we get a board wipe that also exiles the graveyard? That would be great. As long as we're making board wipes by the dozens these days. And they destroy the Witch's Vanity. Alright then. Well, here's a Primal Garuda that does nothing. Sweet. No attacks. Yep, go for it. Alright, we're looking for a board wipe. Followed by a strategic betrayal. Sweet. Alright, well, we definitely block. I'm a believer in this deck. The Shuffler and Matchmaker, not so much. Alright, cool. We got one more shot at getting a board wipe. And there's Sephiroth. Alright, that's sacrifice number 1. They'll have 2 more with the Voice of Victory. Alright, this is absolutely ridiculous. What do we got to do to actually get the stuff that we need? Yep. And they're keeping us sheltered by ghosts on top. Sweet. And we lose another 2. And they get an emblem. And so we're dead. Good game. Alright, no, we're not going out like that. We're going to play one more. I refuse. I refuse. And this has been absolutely... We played exactly 2 meta decks in an hour. 2 games. One where we dominated, and another where we got completely screwed over on our hand and draws and should have dominated. Like this, right here. 1 landers everywhere. Come on. You gotta be kidding me. I guess the Day of Judgment can go. I don't think we're anywhere near double white at the moment. Alright, Authority of the Consoles is a good start. That at least will fuel our Essence Channeler if our opponent is playing any kind of creature deck. And it looks like they're just straight discard. We love it. Love to see it. I guess we get rid of 1 Essence Channeler. And play out the other. And hope that we draw into a 3rd land. Gix, Praetor, Yawgmoth, no. Nope, no can do, huh? There's no chance? Alright, cool. I guess the answer is High Noon then. Alright, well, our opponent has found a 4th land. We could do that too if we could just get any 3rd land. Alright, which is Vanity? You gotta go. This mono black discard. Okay, cool. Wait, hold on. Let's exile the Witch's Vanity. Finally, thank God. Wonderful. Blot out. Yeah, you see that one a lot. Painful Quandary. Cool. Yeah, you see that every day on the ladder, don't you? Alright then. We're gonna discard the Fenrir. Grab ourselves a forest. And try not to die. Momentum breaker. Okay. Nope. All right, then. Well, yeah, if we could have held on to our cards, maybe that would have, or gotten our third land on curve, we're not leaving yet. Starscream, I refuse to go out on a massive. I don't mind losing, but we're gonna lose because our opponent's deck is better than ours, not because we are getting completely effed over by RNG. Tori 3333. Do you have the luck of the gods? We do not. Look at this. Every single time. Alright then. Nope, that won't do. And now we have green lanterns, but no black mana. And now we have... Okay, well, I guess we're going down to 4. This is painful. This is absolutely atrocious. And now we're up against something we have no interaction with. Looks like Omniscience. We have no interaction with that in hand. I mean, we don't have very much of anything in hand now, do we? When you have to mulligan down to 4 just to get lands that you can actually play stuff with. Alright then. You gonna into the flood mod? No? Okay. Temporary lockdown. Wonderful. And that, and now we can't even get a third land. We cannot even get a third land to cast Fenrir. And they've already got us. Yeah, this is 100% exactly the opposite of my experience with this deck last week. 100% exactly the opposite. We had an 80% win rate with this deck last week, Starscream, in an hour. We have maybe a 20% win rate now. Exactly the opposite. All right. We'll do this and hope we get something. We need a third land, once again. And we have mono red and 0 of our hate pieces. 0. It's like they do this on purpose. I'm sounding really conspiratorial. It is like our hand is exactly set up to fail against whatever deck we're up against. This is burn. This is mono red burn. Okay. We might have had a tougher time against this, even on a good day. Let's try out a Fenrir, though. Get ourselves a white mana for double white. Oh, we had double white. Ah. Well, that's the most important thing. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. The hell? They just took our Essence Channeler. What? What? Are they really going to blow it up? To kill the Fenrir? They did. How weird. Yeah, this is a questionable play. Okay. All right, then. All right, let's thin our deck because apparently now we're just flooding out. And we play with extremes. I've seen an Urbrass Forge. And I have never seen the like. Frenzied Goblin. Yeah, I have no idea what this deck is. Agatha's Soul Cauldron and a mono-red Goblins deck with Urbrex Forge. Is this that? Oh, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it does look like a mix of 3 different decks. All right, well, let us... Do we have a pain land? Yes, we do. Pay 1 life to add a white. And we'll attack. And attack. You know, I would love to see a Garnet anytime we had a Saga out. There it is, the Horde Master. Okay. Alright, well, I mean, there's not a whole lot we can do about the Forge at the moment unless we find some removal for that, which we do have. We have Artifact Hate. Okay. No blocks, I guess. We're just gonna have to figure out something. Okay, now we're just gonna, we're just absolutely not quite dead now. Thank you, Garnet. That is helpful. And they don't have any like activated abilities here. They're just using the Agatha's Soul Cauldron as a, oh, I should have tapped the, okay, too late. I gotta stop talking. I should have pinged myself so that we could attack in with a Vigilance. Alright, come on. That's the wrong Garnet. We didn't want that Garnet, but that'll do, I guess. Yeah, they're just... okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say block with Garnet because we're just gonna blow up the board next turn anyway, unless we draw something fantabulous. That's not it. Nope, we're just gonna continue on flooding out, huh? Cool. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, where is our Authority of the Consoles 4 of? Where is our Split Up 4 of? Where is our High Noon 2 of? Where we found 2 Essence Channelers and a Lauren. None of, and they have exiled every single thing we've ever played. This is crazy. And now they have a Krinko. Oh my god. This is insane. Alright. I guess we're doing that. This has been an absolutely insane hour. I don't even want to play the other deck now. I don't. I want to play the. I had a plan to play Kaido this second hour. I don't even want to play it now. I am obsessed to see how far this rabbit hole goes of how screwed over we can get. This is absolutely insane. Our run of luck today. absolutely insane. And it's been like this all morning for me. It's just another one of those days where no matter what you do, no matter what you play, it's not going to work out. Alright, we're going to wrap this one up there. As always, love one another. Be cool, don't be a jerk. Have fun playing Magic the Gathering when you can.